What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And man, we're talking Star Wars because a lot of stuff just happened. I wasn't home, and stuff is happening in Star Wars that's like, what is happening? What are they thinking? What are they doing? And it's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. My good friend X-Wing is here to keep me calm a little bit, but honestly, at this point, I, I just I just laugh at it, man. I just laugh at it. If you didn't know, I talked about this on Tuesday night's main event. But here, if you didn't, again, if you didn't know, Star Wars Celebration has approved a panel about drag shows, or a drag panel, excuse me. A Star Wars drag panel was approved by a person by the name That Gay Jedi. That Gay Jedi was very happy, and he went off, and people from official Lucasfilm, Matt Martin, and a few others were just so happy, including the official Star Wars account on Twitter that were like, "We can't wait to see this." And they're throwing this into Star Wars Celebration. Now, I've been to Star Wars Celebration before, and it was the when I went, it was in Orlando, and it was awesome. It was lightsabers. It was pew pew. It was walking around seeing giant sets of creation of Star Wars. I think when I went, there was a giant X-wing, and they had things from the movie. And then you went to the vendors. It's like you found like old toys that you might have missed when you were a child. You found stuff like that. They even had people doing Star Wars tattoos. And then you sit in the some of the larger panels, and they announce things that were coming. You could sit in the toy panel, and it was just an awesome time. But man, Star Wars has just like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know why they would approve this. And I'm gonna say this, and it people might not like it, but I'm sorry. When I would complain about Star Wars, when I would complain about it, a lot of times, many of these people would come at me. You're complaining about a show for kids. Isn't Star Wars for kids? Star Wars is for kids. Why don't you just shut up? Yeah, Star Wars is for kids. If Star Wars is for kids, you would not have this at your Star Wars celebration, because this is not for kids. Children do not need to know about drag shows or anything else. And the way that they worded this, I'm just like, it's unbelievable to me. And to me, I think it's wrong. I think they shouldn't have this here because it's a they're talking about Star Wars and drag. And the thing that bothers me the most is that, and I'll let X-Wing say his piece. He doesn't have to agree with me. They compare drag to cosplay. They're trying to say that Han Solo and Luke were in drag when they were wearing stormtroopers. They're talking about Ventress being dragon queer, Padme Amidala being drag as self-empowerment. And the thing that gets me is, like, if you look at the last line here, it says um influential presence, which means they want to influence people to their cause. They want to influence people to their cause, in everyone's favorite far, far away galaxy. All this, I think, is not Star Wars to me. And it's like, I just don't get it. I just don't get the direction that Lucasfilm is going, because they wouldn't approve other panels, but they approved this one. Do you have like any thought? And listen, you don't have to agree with me, but do you have any thoughts on this when you first saw this?
Oh, I sure do, bud. Yeah, so I guess I need like a second to kind of collect my thoughts on this, but this is that, and you see it everywhere. It's the redefining of a word to make behavior acceptable. And you can
Yes.
find it in all walks of life. It's not just in Star Wars, and that's exactly what's going on with this. I don't know if it's just going to be a drag show. They've called it a drag panel, but the bottom line is I've walked around San Francisco at midnight. I know what drag is, and I know what they're trying to do. Drag is queer rebellion, and Han and Luke were in drag, and get that corn out of my face, dude. I know exactly what
Yeah.
this is gonna be when it gets there. So stop trying to fool people into thinking that it's anything different. And it just pisses me off to no end because look, I get it. Your virtue signaling is 5G right now. We get it. Okay. It's not just you, it's other sects of Star Wars as well. It used to be about escapism. That was the point, was escapism. It wasn't based in this world. And now all we're doing is constantly dragging it into the here and now. And it's driving me nuts, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, if you want to dress and drag and you want to go live that life, we have the freedom that you go live that life. My biggest issue here is injecting it into something when there's children are going to be around. And you can't tell me, maybe you can, that some of the people that are co-signing this are going to bring their children to enjoy something like this. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm just Jay. You're just too old fashioned. Get with the times. No, I'm sorry. This needs to be called out. This should not be at Star Wars Celebration. If they wanted to do some adult show, and they label it, hey, it's going to be 18 or older. It's an adult thing. It's going to be, somewhere out. I totally get it. Okay, fine. Do your thing. But here we are. But to have a panel where people could sit down and who knows what in the world is going to happen there with children being there. No, I mean that I don't co-sign that whatsoever. And it to me, it's just this is who Star Wars wants as fans. Because now we're gonna go into, you know, Wookieepedia,
Mm.
right? Everyone's favorite little Star Wars website that they go into is Wookieepedia. It's like Wikipedia, but
Yeah.
different, right?
But different.
Wikipedia, but different. They came out with this statement today. Now, listen, just to be clear, Wikipedia is not a licensed Star Wars website, but it is a website that many Star Wars fans use just to collect. Let me give you an example. If you want to look up a character, let's say Ray Skywalker.
Get out of here, dude.
They have all this information about Ray Skywalker. I mean, all of it. And I scroll to the bottom, like, look at that. I'm going all the way up to the top. They have all this information about Ray Skywalker, and they do this for all the characters. But yes, they just came out with an announcement today that they're going to be giving all the characters their pronouns, right? So now Ray is a she, her. They're gonna have their pronouns. They made this statement today. It says, you may have noticed a new field popping up in our info boxes lately. We are now listing characters' pronouns. Smile emoji. It is always important to keep in mind that pronouns do not necessarily reflect gender, and by doing this, we will be more accurate and respectful. Let me show you Wikipedia and how respectful they are. First of all, you got Matt Martin, who works for Lucasfilm, co-signs this. This is great. And then all these people were like, hey, can you guys do me a favor? Can you change the pronouns of Luke Skywalker so I can have a screenshot? They're like, sure, no problem. Here you go. Luke Skywalker, they, he. How about Anakin Skywalker? Can you change? Oh, look, that tweet looks familiar. Uh, they were changing a whole bunch of them. Anakin Skywalker, and so on and so on. The only one I think I have really pulled up was Luke. But they were like, yeah, this is fun. Let's just change all the pronouns for everybody. You're going to love it. Um, and yet, anyone who came out and questioned, right? They're like, why are you doing this? Why are you adding pronouns? You got instantly, instantly blocked. They're like, sorry, there's no room for your hatred here, X Wing. How dare you tweet a gif of Pedro Pascal laughing?
That wasn't even it. That's not what I got banned for.
Oh, well, you
Yeah. No,
got a
I
little
put
more
out
upset.
no, all I did was put out a tweet saying Commander Cody was upset that Obi-Wan misgendered him. That's why you opened fire on him on Utapau, and so they
And they
banned
got
me for
mad
it.
at you for that?
Yeah, that's why I got banned. And it's so upsetting because Wikipedia has been so important to me as somebody who is obviously a a big Star Wars fan. It's been a respected pillar of the Star Wars community for a very long time, and lots of people contribute. I've contributed, I've donated money. I mean, like, it's really crazy to see this virtue signaling get to the point now they're alienating longtime fans of the page, longtime supporters of the page, people who have been a part of Wookieepedia forever. And because you don't fit it, you're no longer a Star Wars fan. We can't have you as a part of Wookieepedia. You're banned. You're gone. You don't fit.
This has been the issue since Gina Carano. Uh, you must accept pronouns in our bios. You must accept it. If not, we don't want you here. We don't want your kind here. we don't we don't want you around here. You call out something like a drag show at Star Wars Celebration. Oh, you're the problem. You're the problem. And just like you said, this is just so it's so sad to
It's
see.
disheartening, man.
It's just so sad to see dividing fans and showing who they really want as a fan base when it comes to Star Wars. And anybody else who disagrees, you get blocked, you get kicked out, you get blacklisted, whatever you want to call it, and it's over and done. I mean, look, Star Wars is trending because of this. Look, you can see it on my screen,
Finally.
and and yeah, but it's been a virtue signal week with them. You know, I mean, how does this like you're seeing all this stuff in real time? It's like,
I'm I don't want to say hurt because this stuff doesn't hurt me. It's bordering on the edge of almost comical at this point.
yeah,
But this is what happens every time, basically, since Disney's taken over. Anytime you get a big project that's coming soon, it doesn't matter what it is, any kind of big project, this stuff gets pushed really heavy early on. So that if there's any kind of kerfuffle with the fan base, easy way to lay the blame, it's the bigots, it's the rabble rousers, it's the usual suspects in the fan base. And they just continue to alienate more and more and more and more people. And it's so funny because the most common counter argument I see is, well, it's not hurting you, why do you care? This is the bottom line, is it's hurting Star Wars, whether you want to accept that or not. And living in your virtue signaling world, you think that you're doing justice, you're hurting this franchise. And someday you're gonna have to wake up and realize it before it's gone.
well, if they don't see it by now that they have a Star Wars hotel they can't fill up because nobody cares, nor do they want to spend that kind of money on Star Wars. And we've had this conversation before. If they had done it right, and it's like, uh, I'm like, here's my credit card. I'm ready. I'm ready to
Yeah.
go. Andor, it was the best Star Wars show that nobody watched. Like the rating numbers don't lie. Rating numbers, and I know a lot of people enjoyed it, but it's like nobody cared to watch it anymore. And now the rumors and the whispers are Ray's coming back to finish a movie, and from what I hear too, and this is rumor stuff, people. So don't we should discuss this on a live stream, but I heard the Halcyon Star Cruiser will be in this one.
Mm.
So if it's in fact a Ray Skywalker film, but there's no official announcement on that.
Why
But
not?
just throw it all out there, man. Let's just get it
Why not?
all. Let's just get it all out there. Um, it is it's an interesting time. I know a lot of people in the comment section will just say, "Jay, Star Wars is dead." This is the audience that they appear that's what they want. This is the audience that they want. These are the people that they want at their conventions. These are the people that they want using their sites. These are the people that they want. But I'm just saying, like you said, you alienate so many people out of a fandom that it was so popular with everyone, and you try to sell something. Hey, buy this Riva lightsaber because you guys love this diversity, and nobody wants it because these people don't spend money. They're not going to your hotel. They're not doing any of these things. And I, I have seen several people even at Echo Base Network. They were like, if I was going to Star Wars Celebration, I would cancel because of the drag panel. I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around that. So it's wild stuff, man. I just never thought I'd see the day that this is where we would be at. It's just like
Yeah.
I just don't I don't get it. You
That's
know, it's like it's so wild to me. And here's the going back, this is the person he blocked me. I never said anything negative about the dude. I never said it's not my place, you know. I'm just shocked that, there's the official Star Wars co-signing this, but he was like, I'm humbled, grateful, and over the force moon to announce that my Star Wars celebration panel, and he names the people who will be there, titled Star Wars is a Drag, exploring the Star Wars throughout the art of drag, has been officially approved. Can't wait to share this with you. Um,
I think I said what a drag and I got blocked.
again, we don't want to hear any criticism. We don't want to counter argument. We don't want anyone to ask questions why. You either comply or we remove you. And this
Mhm.
is where Star Wars is right now. So
Diversity of thought, baby.
it's rough. Any closing words?
Uh,
It's rough,
uh,
man.
yeah,
It's rough.
I don't really know. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I will hold everyone to the same standard. It's something that came up in, a couple weeks prior. I've always said keep it about the content. Just keep it about the content. That goes both ways. So for me to see this pop up, I follow under the same rules as I did when I was lambasting the other person. Keep it about the content. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard, but boy, do they really enjoy making it difficult. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to check out X-Wing as he spirals into darkness on his Star Wars channel, I will put the link in the pinned comment below. Go check him out and give him. You might just need to give him a hug at this point. Um,
Thank you guys.
Dear God, man, dear God, what a spiral for an IP that we love.